field partner wants to help us understand the nature of both culture and how it relates to mission. Christine, you grew up in Africa, and then you married a missionary to China. That certainly seems, for a Brit, that's three major different cultural issues that you had to deal with, or not?
Right. Well, I think not in some ways. When I first came back from Africa at the age of 13, I had to deal with culture shock, going back to my own passport culture.
Okay.
And I didn't know what was happening to me. So that whole issue of culture shock is a major one that we want to address. And then when I married Ross, the danger was that I felt, well, I know what it's like to be on the mission field already.
Right.
So it's not going to be that different. But of course it was hugely different. So then I had to navigate what going to another culture was like, and dealing with an early marriage as well. So a lot of huge issues.
I can imagine that there's a lot of issues there that come up. And was it just the problems that you faced in the new culture, or did you feel like you were personally challenged in your own culture, or what's that like for being a missionary?
Well, I think half the problem is we don't understand how much we are a product of our own cultures.
Okay.
And, you know, we come into another culture carrying our own cultural baggage,
right,
which would include pride and prejudice and fear, and stories that we've heard and bad experiences that we may have had. And so that influences our way of relating to people in the new culture.
When you're going to train new missionaries, what do you do to help them overcome the issues that you've obviously experienced yourself?
Well, I think sharing from experience helps, but the main thing is to help people understand that our own culture is like a lens that we wear, and we've got to learn to see things from the other culture's point of view. It's not that you ever become exactly the same, but when you understand and when you respect, and the main thing is to respect the other culture.
It seems to me like the Bible itself, written on different continents, obviously must confront different cultures as well.
Right.
Isn't that also an issue?
Yeah, we want to look at, part of the course would be looking at the culture in the Bible. And other topics would be contextualization. How do we find the essence, what is the essence of truth and what is merely a cultural expression of it?
Contextualization, is that a missionary term?
Well, if you want to know, you better do the course. That's what we need to say.
Well, that's good. What else are we going to teach in this course?
Well, challenges faced by Bible translators. What do you do if you can't find the right word to express a spiritual truth?
Yeah, I never thought about that.
They would have to find a dynamic equivalent as to, you know, what is there in the culture that will express this truth, even if that word doesn't exist.
Even learning another language would help you understand a culture, wouldn't it?
Of course, and you have to if you're really going to speak to people in their heart, in a way that reaches their heart.
Fantastic. Anything else that you'd like to?
Well, I mean, from the point of view of my own family history, my parents went as Cambridge graduates wanting to share the gospel in Africa, and feeling very much like they were going to teach the Africans. And when they got there, they found that the Holy Spirit was bringing revival, and their first impression was these Africans know more about following Jesus than we do, which really attacked their pride. And so what they realized was it didn't matter how much training and background and history there was from their own culture. When the Holy Spirit was working, they needed to really come in humility and follow what he was doing. So it attacked their very core when they first arrived, and they realized that the Holy Spirit was already so much at work.
I can see that there's going to be a lot of excitement and challenges in this course.